Welcome to a brand new week of TNT as we whip around Thailand. All the main news stories are coming to you again from the Chip Fair Lele Cafe, as I'm still waiting to get the internet connected at my new abode just down the road. And we've got tourists just moving past the main road in front. Quite a few tourists up here in the area, more than we've seen in the past few months, but then again it is high season and Phuket just 20 minutes to the south, so we're obviously getting a bit of overflow of the tourists from there. Now getting into the main news stories, and we start off with Cowsod English in their Facebook page, saying there was an incident in which an elephant attacked people attending the annual Don Chedi Memorial and Suphanburi Provincial Red Cross Fair in the centre of Don Chedi District. He stated the elephant who struck the individuals with its trunk on Saturday evening was not the mother elephant, but rather the baby elephant's brother, who tried to protect the tiny elephant if someone approached his younger brother near the entrance. 4 people were hurt, including a 78-year-old woman who's in serious condition and remains in intensive care. And the governor's ordered that the elephant displays at the event's entrance be halted. Well, the elephants are maybe just giving a gentle nudge, but they're just so big and so heavy that they can inflict quite a lot of damage without intending to do so. And yes, I had a bug fly into my eye this morning walking down to the cafe, so we don't need to talk about it in the comment section. I've washed the insect out and my eye is fine. Let's move on to our next story. From Bangkok Post, man's dismembered body parts found in a freezer. And the dismembered body parts of a man have been found in a freezer in a rented room in Bangkok's Bang Khun Tien district. And police and rescue workers found a white freezer on the 4th floor of the building. Inside were a man's legs. There were bloodstains in the room and a bathroom, and a chainsaw was found under a bed. Now, at the scene, a Myanmar man said he and 4 compatriots visited the building last week. An Indian man occupied and used the building as a job placement office. 4 of them were later brought to work elsewhere. The other one, identified only as Yao, remained at the building, and friends lost contact with him on Saturday. And the Myanmar national returned to the building on Sunday. He phoned the owner of the building, who told him to break into the property. It was then that he made the gruesome discovery and called police. And police say there were traces of a struggle and that the Indian national left the country for Chennai at 8:50 p.m. on Saturday. Another gruesome murder there in Bangkok for police to unravel. Now moving to the Prime Minister's reaction to his government being sued by the Chiang Mai Administrative Court over the air pollution matter. And we start off with BangkokPost.com reporting PM to submit dust control plan to court. And the Prime Minister said yesterday that he'll submit a plan to solve the PM 2.5 fine dust problem as ordered by the Chiang Mai Administrative Court within 90 days. And Mr. Saitar said that since agencies from every sector in the country began tackling the air quality issue, Chiang Mai has been satisfied with progress. He said various agencies are supporting each other to tackle the dust problem. We've done our best, and the PM 2.5 fine dust level fell by 4 to 5 times. Well, yes it has. So far. Let's check it out. And the spokesperson for the government said the fine dust level in one particular tambon measured 16.7 micrograms per cubic metre yesterday, a significant decline compared to January the 21st, 2020, when it averaged around 53. And the decline follows the vision and determination of the Premier, who wants people to breathe clean air, a basic right everyone should have. Now, the government has taken action on air pollution matters. Have they? Has it been action from the government that's caused this huge drop in the apparent PM 2.5 problem? Let's go on to some other articles, and we go to nationthailand.com. Sata lauds Chiang Mai's victory over air pollution, vows continued support. And the Prime Minister Sata Thavisin expressed appreciation for the work local agencies in Chiang Mai are doing to tackle the scourge of ultrafine dust, resulting in much improved air quality in the province. And Seta said that a weather station in Chiang Mai measured the PM 2.5 at only 12 micrograms per cubic metre, and it was far lower than previous levels of ultrafine dust. Note that they keep on referring to it as dust at the moment, and compared to the situation this time last year, it's improved a lot, said the Prime Minister. And the authorities in the northern province have been working to ensure that local farmers do not burn farm waste. Now the PM 2.5 situation in Chiang Mai has improved by 4 to 5 times. It's heartening, and we must continue to maintain it. Well, happy to report the good news, but could this be a bit of an aberration? Perhaps the worst of the air pollution in northern Thailand is yet to come. Maybe they're celebrating just a little bit early. Let's check the actual iqair.com today, and this looks at most of Thailand from the top to the bottom there, and the arrow pointing to where Chiang Mai is, and well, the air pollution's not perfect, but it's certainly much better than it was in, say, January back in 2020. And indeed, those numbers up in Chiang Mai, which are still quite bad, but they're not in the red and the purple as they had been at this time of the year in the past. But we can see the worst of the air pollution is still around central Thailand and Bangkok, with the south always being a lot better than it is in other parts of the country. So is it an aberration, Mr. Prime Minister? Have you actually done something to make a concrete contribution to stopping those air pollution levels? Well, we'll just have to see in the next few months. And thanking 5-Star Marine, been with us ever since day one. If you're looking for a private bespoke tour out of the island of Phuket, then I'm very happy to warmly recommend 5-Star Marine. Now, I do know that they're very heavily booked at the moment, but if you're looking to come to Phuket or southern Thailand in the next few months, then contact Sean and the gang there. There's a link in the description for a special deal for TNT viewers. Moving on to our next story now, and Nation Thailand reporting state agency wants Thai government to deal with TB with as much urgency as COVID. Stronger awareness and collaboration between government, private and public sectors are necessary to eliminate TB in Thailand. And TB has been included in the UN Sustainable Development Goals, along with road traffic injuries, as the disease has killed 1.3 million people around the world annually, including more than 12 to 14,000 people in Thailand. And though Thailand's been named among 30 TB and HIV high-burden countries by the WHO, the country's TB cases are expected to be around 111,000 annually, compared to 7,000 HIV cases. However, congestion in hospitals and people's attitudes towards TB posed difficulties in eliminating the disease in Thailand. What is this attitude towards TB? It doesn't sort of have that scare factor value of HIV or the high publicity like COVID. I would have thought most people were fairly neutral about TB. And as Thailand does not have enough access to information and support for TB, most of the patients are stranded in isolation without receiving the proper treatment. And some of them have lost their jobs due to the disease infection. And the most effective way to screen TB patients is a lung X-ray due to the slow incubation period of 2 to 10 weeks compared to 3 to 6 days for COVID-19. And using antigen test kits could result in false results and become a cost burden. And to further improve efficiency in dealing with TB, the Division of Tuberculosis has advised the government to pay as much attention to TB as it does to COVID-19, as well as enhance hospital management. So it's not really one of those sexy diseases we talk about very often, but obviously TB is still lurking around and something that you probably don't want to get. Moving on to some local stories down here in the south, both related to maritime safety, and Phuket-go.com reporting Chinese tourists, it should be tourists, drowns during trip to SImilan Islands, and tragedy struck near Phanga's SImilan Islands on Saturday as a 44-year-old Chinese man lost his life in a drowning incident. And the tourist encountered difficulties while swimming near island number 7 in the SImilan National Park. And another incident, a body found floating near island in Phanga, and a body was found floating near an island in the Kuriburi district. The Royal Thai Navy told Phuket Express that on Friday, They were notified from a fishing boat captain that he and his crew found an Asian male body floating shirtless in the sea near the Ra Island. This is sort of up in the far north of Phuket province, and the body was recovered and taken back to a local hospital for identification, and that reported in thephuket.express.com. And we go to this story in Thai PBS World: misunderstanding over actual size of lithium deposits found in Thailand. Well, this relates to a story on Friday, we referred to it on Saturday as well, about these huge deposits of lithium being found in Phuket, which are going to revolutionise Thailand's electric vehicle industry. It looks like it might have been a little bit of misreporting. The Department of Primary Industries and Mines has explained that there appears to have been a misunderstanding. The two major lithium deposits in Phuket province have been found to contain 14.8 million tonnes of lithium, making Thailand the world's third largest source of lithium after Bolivia and Argentina. But the department's clarified that in fact lepidolite, not lithium, had been found in pegmatite rocks at the two deposit areas, and the lepidolite contains about 0.45% lithium, which is not much but rich enough to have commercial potential. Apparently Thailand remains far behind the world's top lithium producing countries. You've got Bolivia, Argentina at the top, then Chile, Australia and China. So put your pan down in your miner's light. It doesn't look like there's going to be a huge lithium boom in Phuket after all. If you get a chance, please subscribe to the channel. That really does a lot to help us, probably more than anything, to just help us push our channel along. Now, Nation Thailand reporting, relating to that last story, I suppose, Thailand's electrical vehicle registration surged 380% last year. And the Electrical Vehicle Association of Thailand released a summary of the EV landscape, showcasing significant growth and a promising future for electric mobility in the country. Overall, new registrations for EVs of various types surged to over 100,000 units last year, demonstrating a growth of 380% compared to the 20,800 units registered in 2022. Just noticing in those numbers of the battery electric vehicles, you've got the cars, then the motorbikes, some 22,000 new electric motorbikes now floating around Thailand. So it'd be interesting over the next 10 years if that trend continues, if we see much quieter roads around Thailand because of the new electric motorcycles. And to Pattaya and the PattayaNews.com, International Kite Festival set to soar over Pattaya skies in February. Looks like they've missed a bit of an R in February there. Anyway, to the story, Pattaya City is gearing up to host a unique kite flying extravaganza scheduled to take place from February the 22nd to the 26th. And someone's got out the glitter and sprinkles to throw at this article. Let's have a read and anticipate a mesmerising experience as the sky above Pattaya Beach is set to transform into a vibrant canvas adorned with myriad colourful kites, and the extraordinary event will unfold against the picturesque backdrop of Pattaya Beach and extend to the first floor of the central Pattaya shopping centre. And get ready to be captivated by the stunning visuals captured in the following images, offering a glimpse of the wonders that await during this spectacular event. And there we go, the spectacular backdrop of Pattaya Beach, and indeed one of the kite festivals in the past, which reminds us that there is in fact a fabulous festival to be held in Pattaya between February the 22nd and the 26th. Not sure why we needed all that fluff in the article. But thanks for watching today. Hopefully you're a bit more up to date with some of the main stories from around Thailand. Please subscribe to the channel. Big thumbs up to our sponsor, 5 Star Marine. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.